something about tax. Look, you ain't going shopping. You want to go shopping? I had a man take you shopping. Woman, I tell you, get your play with you, man.
Call me when you're ready to go to sound check.
Yeah, don't worry about it now. Make sure everybody be there when it's supposed to be.
All right.
What's wrong with you? Talking to me like that? Huh?
Don't start with me. I ain't in the mood today, all right?
You ain't in the mood? Talk. Sure, you don't never talk to me like that. Come here.
No,
Come here. What? Huh?
No.
Show you something. Talk to me like that again.
That's your best shot. You can't do no better than that. Come on. Come on.
Hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. We have the Ms. Hollywood shades in this pink. A brown and a blue is coming in soon. Go on over there to Uptop Beauty and check it out. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about taking back my name by Ickety Ikety. I mean, he a wife-beating, narcissistic hoe, but I understand the whole So thing. I got outside to the car and my hands were full. I reached to Tina and said, "Hey, Tina, hold these." Not in my Yves Saint Laurent pantsuit. You got me messed up, Ike, in too many ways. She just looked at me and snobbed her nose and looked away. Okay. Where's the problem? I got on my Yves Saint Laurent white pantsuit, bruh. Claude took the kisses from me, and I got in the car. Now, she knows damn well this is the way to get me to knock her ass off, man. To start ignoring me and shiz. Remember, that's how you get Ickety Ikety to get pissed off at you. You just ignore his ass. I don't get no shiz like this, man. I wasn't the type. Still ain't the type. You ask me something, I'm going to answer you. Don't turn up your nose at me with no reason. So I said, "Hey, Tina, what's your problem?" She just hunched her shoulders. So we get to the airport and now I'm getting irritable. This is really plucking on my nerves. It is almost like she's messing with me. She's irritated with you. On the plane, when Tina and I were together, I would never fly first class. I went coach so that Ann Thomas could sit on the outside and Tina by the window, and I would get in the middle and lay across both of them and sleep until we got where we was going. Same thing, same storyline that Tina the Turner told in I, Tina. Meantime, I have been doing so much booger sugar staying awake that I have got this hole through my nose and it's raw up behind my eyes. I was really effed up. When I got to sleep and come down off the booger sugar, I was trying to put my finger up behind my eye, up my nostrils, man. Now you sticking your finger up behind your nose and you probably got bloody boogers. She don't want you to touch her in that YSL pantsuit, girl. I was trying to put my finger up behind my eye, up my nostril, man. I was trying to put my hand up behind my eyeball. It was hurting me just like when you have a sore and you put some kind of liniment on it, like putting alcohol on an open wound. It was painful, man. I put some more booger sugar in there to deaden it. That's how bad it was. Tina didn't want me to do booger sugar. She was right. Every time I told her my nose was in pain, she'd say, "You ought to leave it alone. Why you keep messing with it?" Now, this is the part that brought on the last fight. It started when she was digging at me on an airplane I asked her something, and she turned up her nose at me again. I guess I was too tired to respond. I fell asleep. When we got to Dallas, I'd been up a long time and I was incoherent. I got in the limousine. I had just woken up and it felt like someone had put iodine or something else that burns up my nostril. Then blood started running down my lip. I said, "Ann, give me a Kleenex." I'm not going nowhere near you with that blood running down your nose because you done enough booger sugar for 2 elephants with this YSL pantsuit on. You got me fucked up. Tina turned her head and looked out the window. I said, "You hear me talking to you? Give me a Kleenex." She snobbed up her nose and looked out the window. I said, "You mother huncher, you." I said to Ann Thomas, "Ann, give me a Kleenex." She gave me a Kleenex to wipe the blood and stuff off my nose. Then Tina laughed. I guess she was trying to use psychology on me. She laughed because she knew she wasn't going to get none of that fucking blood on her YSL white pantsuit. You crazy? Then Tina laughed. I guess she was trying to use psychology on me. I told her, "You don't laugh when I'm in effing pain. I've been with you when you had TB. I've been with you when you had yellow jaundice. I've been with you when you tried to commit suicide. I've been with you through every effing thing. Now you gonna laugh at me when I'm in pain? Man, my nose is killing me, and I don't have any booger sugar with me. It's with the instruments and stuff." You expect somebody to feel bad for you because you in pain because you do too much booger sugar? I said, "What's the F wrong with you?" Whatever she said to me, man, I was really out there. I slapped the shiz out of her. She did it again. Bam, I slapped her again. And when I slapped her that time, she jumped up in the limo and put her knee in my chest. I said, "You am a effer." I grabbed her by the windpipe to pull her off of me, and I punched her and punched her. When I hit her, there was blood coming from my eye or something. There'd only been a couple of slaps in the car. I don't know if it was her nose bleeding or if her lip was busted, but there was blood where I hit her. All she was doing was kicking her legs. She wasn't trying to hit me or nothing. And she said, "You won't ever find nobody to stick with you like I do, Ike. You'll see." And I said, "F you. F you. F you, F you." No, F you, Ike, for putting blood all over my goddamn white YSL pantsuit. Anyway, we go on to the hotel and sit down in these love seats or whatever there is at the foot of the bed. And I sit on this thing and Rhonda say, "You want something to eat?" And I say, "Yeah." So Rhonda ordered some food and I lie down on the thing and I got to sleep. And that's the end of it. When I woke up, she was gone. The effect was devastating. We had to cancel everything I had booked. Ironically, Ike had already recorded an album that he believes would have put Tina where her new manager, Roger Davies, put her in the mid-1980s. Only Ike would have done it 10 years earlier. Tina never believed that you could be a superstar unless white folks put you there. She never believed that a black could put you there. This album would have put her there. But the world has changed. Ike remained rooted in the sexual liberation of the 1960s, while Tina was swept up in the women's liberation of the 1970s. You hear that? Tina Turner trying to be about her business. Ike still trying to. After we broke up, I got a letter from Tina's lawyer. She had him write it out. She wanted to keep everything like it was. She didn't want to handle no money. She wanted me to get a house for her and the kids. And off stage, she didn't want to be Tina Turner no more. But everything else would remain the same. She was just tired of the embarrassment of being Mrs. Turner when I was traveling with 4 women and fucking all 4 of them. And the public knew I was going with all 4 of them. So at this point, we're reflecting back on the movie. That the movie was so profound for many of us, especially those of us who are in my age range, like 40, 50. Our mothers saw this movie and gained so much strength and empowerment from that one car scene. Me and BFF went to see the movie. I forgot when it came out. Maybe it was 93, something like that. But it didn't hit us, I believe, in our age range the way that it hit our mothers or our aunties, because they were old enough to have experienced and maybe seen some of those occurrences. But to read Ike's version of what actually happened is kind of disappointing. Her fighting back, he may have minimalized it because he said that all she did was put her knee up and maybe protect herself from him being able to use a full force on her in regards to his abuse. Maybe more happened. It was just either he was too high to know what happened, or his ego is too large for him to admit that she got one in on his ass. Also, I'm a bit confused because the fact that she was trying to get away from him gave women a lot of self-confidence and empowerment. Because if Tina can endure this abuse and overcome it, so can anyone. But in actuality, it was just a situation of Tina wanted to still be a part of it. She just didn't want to be a part of the harem or the stable. Really hard to swallow that Ike Turner was the absolute sacrificial lamb. And I don't understand why it wasn't any repercussions financially for those that created the movie. They just truly demonized Ike's character. Now, he's a piece of work. No doubt about it. It was just very unfair. Ike could have been a treacherous motherfucker without all the ad-libs and all the toppings that they put on top of his character. And the public knew I was going with all four of them. She never saw me kiss another woman or nothing like that. I don't give none of them no affection in front of each other. But they all know. She would know that I was probably up in this other woman's room. She'd know that I probably bought this mink coat this girl is wearing. She'd assume it. She didn't know it. This is shameful to Tina, embarrassing to her. Now, again, this is where I take it back, where at first she was with it, but I guess when you are the bottom bitch and you providing most of the money, you look at it like, well, wait a minute, why am I paying for him to screw all these hoes? Because like I said, Ike Turner runs the machine. Tina Turner is the machine. But I wasn't thinking like that then. I turned down the deal she offered. My lawyer advised me to take it. It made sense rather than breaking up. But I told her to go fuck herself. If it ain't going to be like it was, then I didn't want no part of it. I wasn't going to compromise my manhood. Girl, she called me at the studio one day. I said, hey, I don't know why you calling me on this damn phone. If I wanted to find you, I could find you. You don't think I can? She said, I know you can. I said, you bullshitting me. Yesing me now. I'll show you. I picked up the phone after I talked to her and called a detective agency and told them I wanted them to find her. They told me to send $250. I sent that down by Robbie Montgomery, one of the Ikettes. Huh? I think I read somewhere that Miss Roby was working with the Ike. Why you working with him, Miss Roby? The shenanigans? Girl, let me find out you got the bullshit with you. And everybody loves Sweetie Pies, Miss Roby. Even the Oprah. Come on, Miss Robbie, that's kind of dirty to me. While Roby was right there with the $250, one of this company's agents was at a market and saw Tina. She had her wig off, but the guy recognized her. He called in and said, "Hey, I got the suspect right now." He followed her to where she was staying. The agents came by and took me up there to show me where she was. So next time Tina called, I said, "I know where you are. You're at the Shorter's house." 3 weeks after we split up, Tina and I met for a meal at Chip's restaurant in LA.
You say that you love